people see me as an Olympic gold medalist and they think that I'm, making millions and I'm living the high life. I have this, giant mansion in Beverly Hills and hanging out in the celebrity parties. And the reality is we don't really make a lot of money because we're a small sport and people don't see us but every 4 years. So it's hard for companies to get behind us when we're not really exposed to the public on television. So the reality is we just don't get a lot of sponsored money. We don't have a lot of coming in. Europe, those guys, there's no baseball, football, basketball in Europe, so those guys are the professionals. We come back to the United States, we're the small guys. We don't make a lot of money. We're all volunteers. We don't get paid to do what we do. But in order to compete and play at the same level that the professionals are in Europe, we got to train and act as if we're professionals as well. And on top of that, bobsledding is the third most expensive Olympic sport, behind equestrian for the horses and then yachting or sailing with the boats. A bobsled typically costs around $80,000. And when you look at it, as a two-man or four-man driver, I have to have two sleds. So now you're looking at $150,000, $160,000 for a sled. Now in Europe, those sleds are constantly being updated because that's how they do it. They make a lot of money. Their government pumps a lot of money into it. So their sleds are constantly being updated. They have new technology. They're being redesigned. Whereas we're, in fact, most of my career, I've driven now for 9 years. The first 8, I've competed in the same sled that Brian Scheimer did in 1993. It's 20-something years old, and it's just not. It's amazing that it's still competitive, but at the same time, we need to start to find ways to improve those sleds and to become more competitive and to keep up with the Germans and the Swiss and the Russians. Right? To be able to save enough money for an $80,000 bobsled, it's going to take me more than my entire career. So we're constantly looking for funding, ways to help pay for that, on top of travel, food, housing, stuff like that. So it gets pretty difficult. And that's where AmericaForGold comes in, and we just they help provide us with some extra cash to help pay those bills that we need, pay for the food, pay for the travel, and that's critical.